Welcome to week 7 of the NFL season. Last week I was hotter than a Vegas sidewalk on a summer day by going 5-0-1, which brings my record to 14, 15, 19, and 1, with my upset specials at 4-2-1. I look to keep things rolling into this week. So let's get started with these 5 games for you. Starting with the game in London. I like the Giants minus 2.5 over the Rams. Last week, the Giants O-line played one of their best games against a good Ravens front. Saying that, I look for things to continue against an undermanned Rams D-line. Eli will have plenty of time to get things to his triplet receivers and Cruz, Beckham, and Shepard. And I look for him to target running back Rainey for key third and shorts to move the chains. On defense, I look for edge rushers JPP and Vernon to collapse the pocket around Keenum so he can't step up. He won't be completing 19 straight passes this week. And Giants safety Jenkins will loom large in this game, as he knows the Jeff Fisher offensive playbook like the back of his hand, while playing under Fisher for his first 5 years in the league with the Rams. For my next pick, I like the Redskins +2 over the Lions. After a slow start with their running attack and defense, the Washington has picked it up. I look for things to continue in Detroit this week, with edge rushers Kerrigan and Compton making life difficult for Stafford to get off the long throws, and he'll be rushed. And on offense, I look for Cousins to use his speedy receivers of Garcon and Jackson to burn Quinn and Slay at DB. This will open up things for slot receiver Crowder to have a big game. And Jones and friends will test a soft Lions linebacking core on the ground. Yes, Cousins gets his W and his homecoming back to the state of Michigan with playing college ball for the Spartans. For my next pick, I like the Raiders +2 over the Jaguars. In this game, I look for the Mac attack and Irving and friends on the D-line to make things hard on Bortles. And this will help out their secondary so they don't have to cover as long for the Jags receivers. And on offense, I look for Carr to have a big game against the Jags secondary, and they won't be able to handle the speed of Crabtree and Cooper. And the return of Murray will give the running game a boost along with the rookie tailbacks. And they'll be Oakland will be fired up to win this for head coach Jack Del Rio as he's making his homecoming back to Jacksonville. For my next pick, I like the Cardinals -1.5 over the Seahawks. This is hard to believe, but Bruce Arians and the Cards haven't won at home against the Seahawks under this coaching staff. Well, that could change this week, as the Cardinals are closing out their 5th game at home in the first 7 weeks. I think Palmer and the offense will use a short passing game with Brown and running back Johnson out of the backfield for passes and run between the tackles to slow down the Seattle D-line. And this will open things up in the second half for a few downfield shots with Floyd and Fitzgerald. And a big X factor will be receiver J.J. Nelson between the numbers, as he has a lot of speed. And on the other side of the ball, the Cards D-line will overpower the Seattle O-line. And safety Matthew will be a big key on defense, as they had missed him last year in the 2 meetings against the Seahawks. Seattle is leading the division right now, but with the win, the Cards can get right back in the NFC West race, which I think they'll do in this week. Now, what you've all been waiting for, the upset special. I like the Dolphins +3 over the Bills. With their O-line finally all healthy, we saw a different Ryan Tannehill, which I think will continue this week. I look for him to target Stills and Landry to use their speed against a Bills secondary who blew a lot of coverages last week against the 49ers, but they got away with it with Kaepernick missing a lot of wide open targets. And I think Dolphins running back Ajayi will have some success on the ground. And on defense, I look for Wake, Sue, and friends to be able to keep Taylor in the pocket more often than he'd like. And Dolphins punter Matt Darr could prove key in this game, as I think he'll pin the Bills inside the 20 more often than they'd like for long drives. And this Bills team has been playing well, but they could be looking ahead to a home date against Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. So I think they could be in for a meltdown in Miami. So for a quick review, here are my Week 7 picks, and good luck.